What is happening, people? What is happening? Oh, yeah. Oh, do we got something to talk about today? I am feeling good. I am feeling good. Hope everybody is having a wonderful Sunday, and shouts out to the people that can make it live. I appreciate you guys spending your Sunday talking a little old me, you know what I'm saying? Because I think it's about time we address some things. Um, let's see what we got going on. Let's see what we got going on in the chat. Got my man Bat Dan. Flash news is not happy news for the Snyder fandom lately. Yo, I feel you, Bat Dan. I feel you. But let me say this. All right. I'm not going like take my eyes off the prize though. I feel like, if you kind of remove the Ezra Miller thing, I think that, there's a lot to be excited for right now. I think there's a hell of a lot to be excited for, and I'm not gonna let that kind of, get sidetracked because, one person seems to be having some issues. But I won't be going into that situation at all. Like I said before in my previous video, if you want to catch what I got to say about the whole Ezra Miller situation, you can check me out on Mad Max's MME stream when I spoke on it there. But let's move on. But there's a lot to be happy about, Batman. There's a lot to be happy about. Got my Chad SnyderVerse. Good evening, Master Skywalker. Appreciate you, Chad. Appreciate you being in here and you showing up. You know what I'm saying? I always appreciate the love and the support. You're a big part of this channel, and I hope to keep you entertained. You know what I'm saying? That's what my whole goal is. We got Marvel Mania in here. Wait. What's going on with the Flash now outside of the Ezra Miller stuff? Was there an update? Well, there was leaks of the movie that happened again, this time with a lot more kind of context for stuff that was going on, and that kind of led into, the discussion last night on Scoopcenter, Sil Abdul's channel, where he and Mikey Sutton pretty much confirmed that, this is going to be pretty much the movie that we're going to be getting. And I believe him, I have no reason not to believe him, but we'll get into all that in a sec, But first, I want to kind of touch on things from like a general standpoint. I think that, this whole time, right, I've been saying, that this Flash movie was not made with, the right intentions. Oops, let me fix that. The save. Now, but I would say that, this Flash movie hasn't really been made with the right intentions. And that's a consistent thing that I had been saying. I felt like, they were like the whole reason for this movie's existence pretty much was to just kind of, undo what Zach did. It was very clear from the old regime that was their target with this movie. They made that very clear. And I think that that's what's kind of led to a lot of these things happening. Because when you don't do things in good faith, right, that's typically when you run into problems. I do not believe that, they were just trying to make some money and tell a good story with this movie. Like, no, they were clearly trying to undo what Zach did, and it was causing them problems. And now that this merger has happened, right, now this has turned into a situation where you have, and with us actually having the Snyder Cut released now, you have a situation where the movie that was made to undo what Zack did is seemingly just confirming that he's gonna come back. Right. So that's why I put on that tweet, the instrument of our damnation became our salvation. Like that's literally what's happened. And we're gonna go over these leaks. But I find it to be highly ironic that what has happened has kind of turned into something that's just reinforcing the Snyderverse returning. Let's see, we got Bad Dan coming here saying honestly they can erase the Snyder stuff in the Flash movie. Justice League is canon. That timeline is getting reset. Yo, I never really cared what they were doing with this movie, to be honest, right? What they were gonna try to erase. I never found it to be canon to the Snyderverse, right? And I still don't find, even though these things are being discussed right now, I still don't find it, canon to the Snyderverse. But what this movie does seem to do is to confirm that the Snyderverse is in its own little universe, right? Which is exactly where, I want it at. As long as, we have it and we can have our little pocket universe, I'm fine with that. Like that's all good. But let's start going over some of these Flash shows. I'm just gonna read these to you guys. It says the movie begins with Barry Allen in line at a restaurant to get a fancy sandwich when Batfleck calls him for help dealing with some terrorists. Already, you got Batfleck in the movie playing a prominent role. I mean, we knew that he was in the movie, but the fact that he's starting off in the beginning of it, is kind of telling, right? Barry speeds off just as the terrorists detonate a bomb under a hospital, causing it to topple. Flash saves everyone, including babies falling off the maternity ward. Hey, sounds like a pretty cool scene. Meanwhile, Batfleck chases after the terrorists in the Batcycle, but nearly loses them until Wonder Woman shows up and helps him. Right? So already, right off the bat, we got more, Snyder influences, right? There's another gag scene where both Barry and Batfleck touch Wonder Woman's lasso and reveal embarrassing secrets. Barry returns to the restaurant just as his fancy sandwich gets done. The whole Wonder Woman gag, right, with Aquaman and Justice League, right? I always kind of thought that scene was like a little weird, right? But it seems like they're kind of leaning more into that kind of humor, right there, which hey, can't. I don't really care what happens with this movie. I'm just being honest. Barry is dating Iris West, who knows he is the Flash and remembers when he saved her from a car crash. She has a really small role. Absolutely. She remembers him from the car crash. Once again, more Snyder influences, right? I'm not saying that this is SnyderVerse, but definitely you have some carryover that these directors, because they want to be a part of what Zack is doing. And I think that they're going to try to tie in, with as much as they possibly can. Right. Barry works at the Central City Police Crime Lab alongside Patty Spivot and Albert Desmond, who are dicks to him. More humor probably. They're going to be probably portrayed to be jokey or funny. Chad Snyderverse said that lasso scene is going to be corny. I agree. Not shocked. Not shocked. That Justice League influenced a lot of this script, you guys. They didn't think that the Snyderverse was coming back, right? So that whole thing getting put out put a big wrench in their plans, yo. And it was dope. Like, you know, even a lot of the doubters, yo, I think deep down, I think they know. I think they know that the Snyder Cut was dope, right? But, you know, they're just kind of in this space where they can't admit it. A lot of these people have kind of like built up followings, and, you know, they just have to kind of lean a certain way for certain reasons. But, you know, I'm not surprised that, you know, these the directors, especially with this movie though, because it is going to be heavily Justice League influenced. This thing was a Hamada burger, right? And they're trying to turn it into something else. We're just going to have to see, you know, kind of like how that whole thing plays out. But this thing was a Hamada burger. A Hamada burger. People do not forget. Bad Dan says, not surprised that Iris's role is small. This is a multiverse movie. Iris wouldn't have that much to do. Yeah, she can't be running around the multiverse with Barry, right? Now, if this movie wasn't, you know, this big in scope, I think that they could focus on like a thing where, let's say, where he's like running through the multiverse and he keeps meeting different versions of Iris West or whatever. That's a route that he could have, that they could have taken, but that wouldn't have worked for this movie because this movie was, you know, trying to undo other stuff, so you can't really focus on her character too much. I agree, but let's move on. It says Barry and Batfleck later meet at the Batcave and discuss the murder of Barry's mother, which Batfleck is helping Barry reinvestigate. You know, once again, you got Ben being a pretty, you know, prominent part of this movie, right? He seems to be kind of intertwined with a lot of the beginning part of the story. It says Barry's mother was stabbed to death by an intruder while his father was in the grocery store picking up a can of tomatoes, and he was blamed and incarcerated for her murder, right? We're getting the backstory on how this version of Barry's father ended up in prison. So Barry retrieves security footage that proves his father was at the store, and Batfleck enhanced it, but his face is still obscured, right? They talk about Barry traveling back in time to save the Justice League when they fought Steppenwolf, right? Once again, this is them tying in or trying to tie in with the Snyder Cut, right? There's all these little references back to things that was just in that movie, right? So you know, they're trying to say like, hey, this is the SnyderVerse, right? But it's not really, you know, because to be honest, I think that's one of the main reasons why Billy Crudup didn't sign on to come back. I think he has a very close relationship with Zach, and I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, that is one of the main reasons why he did not return to work on this movie. Yeah, so we're gonna have to see. Mysterious Stranger says that's where I doubt the legitimacy. Wouldn't they just talk about how he saved that Russian family? Hey, I'm not sure because there seem to be some script changes, yo. Like, if you follow what, you know, all these kind of bloggers and stuff was saying, right? You know, or even the trades. First, it was Batfleck never coming back, right? Then you had Mikey, who kind of leaked out that he was going to come back, and they're like, oh, he's not, right? And then we've had, you know, then after he actually came back, then it turned into, okay, well, he's going to die, right? And then we were hearing that for like God knows how long, right? Mikey once again said that he's not going to die. All of these trades and scoopers and bloggers or whatever was still saying that he was going to die, right? And then that turned into, oh, well, he's probably not going to die now, right? So, these things have kind of evolved over time. And I'm not, I wouldn't be shocked if they indeed, are trying to add in, uh, these little tidbits because of, the Snyder Cut was a massive success, yo. And these directors loved the movie. If you ask, most of them that have been quoted speaking on it, they seem to have loved this movie, right? It was a global phenomenon, right? It was watched, you know, we don't know how many times around the world total, right? And so, these directors, I think, are gonna try to, tie some of these things in if they're able to. These directors didn't actually like Justice League, yo. If you ask them, a lot of them have said, quite bad things about it, especially since the Snyder Cuts come out. So, I really wouldn't put it past them trying to have these little things tying in. Like I said, does that make it SnyderVerse? No, right? But I think it's okay to kind of nod to the SnyderVerse's existence, right? As long as you leave that little pocket thing alone, right? But let's get back to the leaks. It says Barry considers trying to travel back to save his mother, but Batfleck advises against it, claiming his mother's death made Barry into the hero he is, and maybe it was always meant to happen. Barry listens at first, but when the security footage is deemed inadmissible in court, he snaps and decides to travel back to the day of his mother's murder. Right? Hold up. We got still Abdul Inc. saying any scooper out there that did not know Flash 3 films have been discussed. Yo, man, look, you guys have consistently been first on a lot of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of other people, they just living in the past, yo, literally and figuratively. Yeah, they in the past, so y'all, we years in the future. You know what I'm saying? We got Chad Snyderverse in here saying, "What's good, Sil? Real talk." Shout out to Sil Abdul. I dropped a link in the description for his latest version or his latest episode of Scoopcenter because we're gonna talk about the fact that you know, Mikey Sutton has dropped an article on Geekosity saying that, Ben Affleck is going to be back for the Flash sequel. We'll get into all that later, though. You know what I'm saying? Bad Dan saying, what up, Sil? Much love to the homie. Much love to the homie. But let's get back to these. You know what I'm saying? Sil saying much love, y'all. Look, thanks for hopping in here. But all right, yo, Barry plans to cut the can of tomatoes in his mother's shopping cart so his father won't have to return to the store to pick it up later. It's actually a good kind of idea, right? In the Speed Force, Barry is attacked by another Flash in a battle-damaged black suit, but appears to be able to escape back to the present. Barry goes to his parents' house and finds out they're alive and well, but then runs into another Barry and realizes he's actually in a parallel universe. Here's where it starts getting weird, right, for Barry Allen. What up, Socks? Much love to Socks Bulletin, y'all. Respect. Barry 1 finds out the Justice League doesn't exist in this universe aside from Batman. He even calls Tom Curry and asks to speak to Arthur, but Arthur is Tom's dog in this universe. Right? More multiverse shenanigans. Barry 2 has powers, but is a slacker with no heroic aspirations who lives with slovenly counterparts of Patty and Albert. Right? Suddenly, General Zod's "You Are Not Alone" transmission is broadcast worldwide. Bad Dan saying DC really wants to make these Flash movies, Batman movies. Yo, it's crazy, right? How like, they seem to not be able to get away from Batman, and no matter how hard that they try, right? As a DC fan, and I'm a huge Batman fan. Even I would like to see them kind of, start branching out and, exploring more of the DC universe. I mean, it's a vast universe, right? With, hundreds of characters, with all this source material that they can pull from, but they seem not to be able to get away from Batman. Um, you know, like what? There's been how many versions of Batman on the theatrical screen, but how many versions of Superman, right? Like, how many times have they rebooted that character? And I think it was only once because Brandon Routh was playing the same one, right? So, it just goes to show that they seem kind of bat reliant. Chad SnyderVerse saying that's so corny. Yo, look, I'm a C, but I feel like this whole thing is gonna be, it just depends, right? I am liking what I heard, like more than when I first heard about these leaks, right? I think with the context, it sounds a little bit better. I'm gonna just be honest, right? To me, it sounds a little bit better. And so now I'm just kind of, looking forward to see what it's actually gonna, translate like onto screen. Says Barry One deduces Superman is out there somewhere and they need to find him to stop Zod before he can return home. They drive to Gotham to ask Batman for help, but instead of Batfleck, they find loony old man Bat Keaton, who is still active well into his 70s, right? Yo, here's where, people are also split because it seems like um, you know, Michael Keaton might not actually be playing Bruce Wayne Batman, which I think is, kind of weird, but you know, we'll see. Chad Snyderverse saying the Zod stuff does sound cool. I admit probably the one aspect I'm looking forward to this film. I just hope they don't justice justify him and make him say kneel before Zod. I don't, man. If they do a kneel before, I don't know. It depends, right? Like, hmm, maybe not completely like kneel before Zod, but maybe like he might tell somebody to kneel. That'd be dope. You know, it just depends on how they do it. But I do agree that, I would like the Justice League influences to be kept to a minimum, if not completely removed. In a perfect world for me, I would have them all gone, right? But I do think that we're gonna get caught with a little bit of leftover, just because of the nature of like how this film was made and what their intentions were. Bad Dan says it helps that it is not erasing the Snyderverse. Yes, it does, and that was part of my early point that it's just funny because that was the sole reason for this movie's creation. And then now it seems to be that it's kind of confirming that it is going to exist, right? Super dope, super ironic though, right? We got Leon of the New Geeks. What's up, Sky? Yo, what up, Leon? I saw you over in Sales chat on Scoopcenter. Much love. I always like when there's like mutual people that's kind of like hopping in the chat and kind of checking one another out because I feel like that's just what makes the community strong. Also said, what up, Seal? What up, chat? Chat Sniper saying, hey, new geeks. You know what I'm saying? What's up, chat? Look, oh my God. See, I feel it, Joe. I feel it. We got Sock saying, I have no hate towards Batman, but there needs to be more on other DC characters like Dr. Fate, the Demon. Absolutely, yo. We need a live action Etrigan. Yeah, I said live Etrigan. Live action Etrigan, yo. That would be super dope. You know, you get him and he start rhyming and stuff, yo, man. That'd be so funny. The Green Lantern Corps, the Demon, Blue Beetle, and Booster Gold. Yeah, man. We need all these characters, yo. Um, Look, Chad saying, I mainly bring up Justify similarly to how they made Cyborg say booyah just for fan service. That's true. That's true. Because they absolutely did make him say booyah. And you could tell that Ray Fisher didn't want to say it. Just like, uh, if you go back and watch that part, you can tell that he didn't want to say it. But let's get back to these leaks. All right. Yeah, Bat Keaton agrees to help, and they reproduce Barry One's accident to reconnect him to the Speed Force so he gets his powers back. Right. So we got, you know, Bat Keaton, right? More Thomas Wayne stuff, right? I mean, doesn't this kind of sound like Thomas Wayne? Right? You know, I've watched Justice League Flashpoint Paradox, right? Isn't that what happened? Right? Like Thomas Wayne helps Barry get his powers back. Right? I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, guys. Like, let me know. Let me know if it was not Thomas Wayne, the older loony Batman, right? Leon Noogie saying, my only concern is whether or not this gets rid of the SnyderVerse. Seal and Mikey gave me hope. Other than that, this movie is a reach. Yo, I feel it, yo. I wasn't even like, I was kind of 50-50 on whether or not I was even going to go like watch this movie. Just to keep it a buck with you. I probably wasn't, you know. But now that, you know, I feel like they're, you know, now that this has happened, I am more intrigued now because, like I said, you know, the instrument of our damnation has become our salvation. It just, you know, it ended up confirming that the Snyderverse is alive. And I just think that's very beautifully ironic. We got Film Goblin saying, can't believe there are people who are gaslighting us when we've been winning and have been proving the haters wrong. Look, man, let the haters hate. Let them watch, let them, you know, lurk, let them try to act like, you know, look, and something else that I'm gonna warn y'all about. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Some of these people are gonna start acting like they was there the whole time too. I see y'all. I see y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say no names, right? But some of y'all was calling us all kind of names, Joe. And all of a sudden, you know, but they see the writings on the wall, so you know, I respect the clarity, right? Mysterious Stranger saying, nah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan is my only Thomas Wayne. No, I feel that, Joe, but I'm just saying, right? That's why, you know, I feel like this movie's not Snyderverse. It can't. Like, Zach was already like, yo, why else cast those two actors as those two characters, if not to bring them back later? Right, in the lead up to BVS coming out, right, we was getting the Thomas Wayne portraits and all that stuff. Like, why such an emphasis on Thomas Wayne? Zach was already trying to drop us little nuggets, yo. The prophecy was foretold back then. But, you know, and that goes in, Jeffrey Dean Morgan was quoted saying, Michael Keaton took my job. That was a quote. He said, Michael Keaton took my job. Who was Jeffrey Dean Morgan playing? He was playing Thomas Wayne. He said, Michael Keaton took my job, which would insinuate that Michael Keaton is playing Thomas Wayne. Now you get the leak saying that he's out there and he's helping Barry get his powers back by creating an accident, which is the same thing that Thomas Wayne does in the Flashpoint story. So, don't be surprised if this dude's playing Thomas Wayne, which I think is going to kind of make people more mad, because I was under the impression that this was going to be, Bruce Wayne. And it's just like, but it just goes to show, like I said, this movie was not made in good faith. They were not just setting out to tell a good story. They were setting out to destroy what Zack had built. And this is just the results that they've gotten. TJ saying, what up, chat? I'm just here for the Sunday service. Yo, what's up, TJ? Much love. Much love. Yo, you definitely get the bicep tap. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yo, so dude said, this supposed to be true leaks too. LOL, Thomas Wayne vibes, yo. That's my man. Yo, that's real talk. Like, that's real talk, yo, man. This dude, like, it just sounds like this dude's playing Thomas Wayne. People, I think we need to prepare ourselves. I think we need to prepare ourselves, yo. Leon Lugan saying, preach, Scott. Yo, real talk, man. TJ, I won't be in the chat for long, but I'm definitely watching. Cheers to you all. Man, much love and support, man. Anytime that you can hop in the chat, it's good with me, yo. You can drop in here and leave a bicep, you know what I'm saying? Like, you already know. Like, it's all love. I just I just appreciate you being here. Leon saying, stop, give it up. Zach's new SnyderVerse is on Netflix. Stand up for Grace Randolph. Give an interview to, oh my God, Big Snyder. Yo, they gonna be so mad, Joe. I'm telling you, man, I am going to be insufferable. I might go live for like a whole night. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I don't know, man. I'm thinking now we need to get like a panel of people together, like just maybe I might do it. I don't know. We need to have like a group of people that need to all go live like together when this thing happens. Just because this shit's about to be insane. I don't know. Mysterious Stranger saying, I just hope he can come back in a true Flashpoint movie. Man, it'll be dope if Jeffrey Dean Morgan come back. Yo, I think if, people want to, I think all the actors that Zack cast to work on this stuff, I think most of them will come back if he asks. Right? Which, after Zack's arc or whatever, they can do whatever with this Flash, right? So, why wouldn't Jeffrey Dean Morgan and what's the actress's name? Is her name Lauren Cohen? It's like Lauren something. Forgive me for forgetting her last name, but no, I think that everybody would come back, yo. I really do. And, we can still get that Flashpoint with Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I think whatever is possible. Whatever we put our mind to as a fandom and we really like put our mind to it and say, yo, we want this and we're going to work for it. I think we'll get whatever we want, yo. This fandom has shown incredible power. Incredible power. We flexed our muscles more than any fandom ever. We changed the world, yo. Don't let any of these people take that away from us whatsoever. And each and every one of you guys played a huge part. I don't care if you just tweeted one time. I don't care. We needed each and every one of y'all to move these mountains that we moved. Much love and respect. Sock saying, we here at the Mikeyverse remember all the hate that the anti-Snyder fans gave us, and now some of these haters are backpedaling. Well, we here at the Mikeyverse don't forget what the haters said. And a lot of us got receipts too, because we was, a lot of this stuff is on the internet. Y'all was talking spicy on them live streams. They know what's up, man. Yo, man, look, he'd be a brutal Batman. Oh, absolutely, man. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, yo, Negan. Look, I haven't watched The Walking Dead in like quite some time. Pretty much like since that season where they killed off Glenn and everything. I just didn't like how they did it. You know, I didn't like that they kind of like faked out with the Glenn death just to kind of bring him back and kill him. I thought that was like super stupid. But his turn as Negan, right? Who I was super looking forward to that character, you know, coming to the show because I had read those Walking Dead comics, and I was actually a big fan. I was a big fan of those comic books. I read them in the army, and when I heard about the show coming, I was like, "Yo, if this show is even half as good as the comics," which, you know, the first few seasons was fire outside of a couple characters, but no, like Jeffrey Dean Morgan's turn as Negan, man, like I thought, you know, his presence was awesome, and I liked his character when I was still watching that show. And I do think he'd be a brutal Batman, yo. That'd be a movie that I'd be hella excited to watch. Film Goblin saying, "Do you believe these people are saying the Batman had higher numbers of HBO Max in one day than the whole Snyder Cut?" Man, that's some Samba TV numbers, yo. Y'all know how we feel about Samba. Y'all know how we feel about Samba TV. You know, I mean, I appreciate that they tried to, you know, come out there and give us some clarity, but you know, whatever, man. Leon Nugent saying, "Yikes!" They took the Thomas Wayne idea and went with shock casting for nostalgia. Yo, that's real talk, man. That's real talk. You know, um, I think that's what we're gonna get, and so I'm already preparing myself for this to not even be the Batman from the Burtonverse. And I think we'd all do ourselves a favor if we kind of got used to that idea. Film Goblin saying the Snyder Cut was a global phenomenon. There's no way to going back to that. It's true, yo. It's true, yo. Mysterious Stranger saying it doesn't surprise me. Many more people are subscribed to HBO Max now than they were this year. Man, look, that's what I don't look. I feel it. They do have more subscribers now, but really, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Man's mom was great saying, "Ooh, bicep tap." I like that. Yeah, you got to give him the bicep tap. Absolutely. Make a dude saying, "Have you heard of the Candy Man?" What he is that what is his name? Terrence Howard, Candy Man. Um, we got Leon the New Gate saying, "Let's go." I love to get her like-minded folk. I I'm down. Sky is still, yeah, yo, man, that would be so dope. Like, I think we all need to have like a joint, and I don't care whose channel that it's on. I don't care about that at all. I will concede. I will go wherever that we can like kind of uh, agree to go on. But I do think that there needs to be like a massive panel, yo, like where we just go on and talk shit for like however long that we feel like it. The day that it is announced that Zach's back doing anything, because it doesn't matter at that point. As soon as he's back, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Bat dancing. John Winchester as Batman. Yes, Jeffrey D. Morgan for Flashpoint. Batman. Absolutely, yo. There needs to be, you know, we need that Flashpoint story. TJ saying, by the way, there's a Thomas Wayne on Earth 2 where Val Zod lives. So there's a chance. Hey, we'll see. We will see. I'm looking forward to that Michael B. Jordan thing too, yo. Chad SnyderVerse saying Samba TV. Yeah, well, whatever is greater than Samba TV. Real talk, yo. Real talk. Say gather is what I meant, Scott. No, I feel that. Sales saying we should do that here or Zod's channel. Wherever, yo. That shit needs to happen. Cause like I'm gonna be insufferable, yo. I'm going ham. If y'all thought I was bad on Clapback Saturday, man, hey, you need to tell them, Sil, and you can come on here with the Purge 2.0. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, because yo, oh my God, these people gonna be so mad. They're gonna be like, yo, oh, yo, because just think about it, right? This whole time they've been calling us toxic. Oh my God, you don't give in to them, they're toxic, right? Yo, if we was that toxic, we wouldn't have got this far, yo. We wouldn't have raised all this money for charity and done all these things. And man, you got so many like upstanding people that do great work in their own communities and all that stuff. Like, man, look, whatever, yo. Like, whatever, man. Um, you guys are in for it as soon as it happens. Man, Leon said, I'm ready. Oh my God. The day it had, oh my God. See, my heart getting all bumped, all like pumping right now because I'm just thinking about what type of asshole that I'm gonna be. Oh my goodness. Still saying, I got you, Sky. Back then when you call out a certain that Darbo on that. No, it's gonna be hella people, yo. That Darbo, sing song clips, the movie addict, you know what I'm saying? Like all the yo, I'm about to get low on a lot of these dudes, yo. A lot of them, they just was it worth it? Man, look, let me stop. Brat Garbo, Leon saying, look, let's get back to these leaks, yo. Let's get back to these leaks. Oh my goodness. Right. Um, all right, we got Bat Keaton and the two Berries find out that in this universe, the government got to the Kryptonian spaceship first and captured its occupant, right? So, this is more like multiverse sh- shenanigans, but it's lining up with this whole Flashpoint story, right? This movie seems to be heavily Flashpoint oriented, which will lend more credence that Michael Keaton's playing Thomas Wayne. But they track the Kryptonian to a secret military base and break in, expecting to find Superman, but instead encounter his cousin Kara. Right? Turns out in this reality, Zod killed Kal-El as a child back in Krypton. So Jor-El and his brother Zor-El put the codex in Kara and sent her to Earth instead. Right? Hold on, we got Socks Buster saying, I'll be calling out Bluto in his broke ass theater for sure. Man, y'all know how it is, yo. But look, back to this part though. I don't, and even Seal kind of alluded to this during Scoopcenter. He's like, yo, they're not gonna show them or show Zod killing Superman, right? But I'm just thinking, right, if you look at even Man of Steel, right? Zod could have killed him then, right? He ordered the ship to blow up Kal-El's ship, right? But that ship got blown up instead, right? So I think it's easily kind of something that they're probably going to end up just kind of alluding to, that it happened off screen. I don't think that they're going to show that, right? We got Chad SnyderVerse saying broke ass theater. Oh yeah, no, Sock's been on point with that Bluto and his broke ass theater. I've been rolling like, that pure cinema with Socks. Um, Kara escapes before the government agents come for her and hides out with Batman and the Berries, right? Kara and Barry too form a special bond. I think this is going to be the Supergirl and Two Idiots, right? That Andy Muschietti was talking about. Barry 1 rallies the others to fight the Kryptonians. Bat Keaton gets an armored suit. Kara uses the scout ship to make herself a suit. And Barry 2 improvises a suit from Bat Keaton's old suits. Right? Everybody's suiting up, right? We got suits, and more suits. The four confront Zod and his men in a big battle, but despite their efforts, Zod blows up Bat Keaton and snaps Kara's neck. This Zod sounds like a beast, right? Like he's not playing no games. You know what I'm saying? And, yo, if this is true and he's like snapping necks on camera, I'm gonna find that hilarious. That he was getting so much flack for for Superman taking this guy out, and now we're gonna get Zod unleashed. You know what I'm saying? Chad Snyder saying, "Man, to forget Supergirl, give us a Power Girl HBO Max series with the boob window." With the boob window. Oh my God, Power Girl on HBO Max would be cool though. Still saying he teams on. Still saying he teams on. For real. A merch incoming. Hey, let me know when it drops. I'm copping that. You know what I'm saying? For real. Because that's crazy. Nah, Zod ain't playing no games, yo. But he was a beast in Man of Steel, though. I just watched it like 3-4 nights ago. Zod was a beast, yo. Look, Chaz and Zod finna be lit. All right, so everybody's like, hype for Zod, yo. Zod ain't playing. Yo, Michael Shannon's dope though. I will find him. You think your son is safe? Like, come on, man. I love that part, yo. Zod was dope. Koopy Malik saying, "Hello, everyone." Wow, that's so many suits. Yeah, everybody's suiting up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's suiting up. Chad saying, "Hope that Feora gets some shine too." Yo, I think she is. Feora is like one of the dopest parts about Man of Steel, yo. That whole fight with her in Smallville, yo, that fight was so off the chain, man. So off the chain. I just, a good death is its own reward. Yo, just quotables and the way that they filmed her like moving all fast, and yeah, this is how you do super speed in real time without doing slow motion. Everybody when they saw Eternals, man, people are so whatever. Leon of the New Geek saying, from Neil before Zod to oh snap. Oh snap. Yo, what up, Koopy? Chad saying, Leon saying, love Feora. Yeah, for real. Right, Chad SnyderVerse, for real. Yeah, like, yo, Feora is gonna be dope, yo. I think they're all gonna be dope. I wish oh boy got some more love. The big dude that don't talk, there's probably a Man of Steel Snyder cut. We need that immediately. But all right, look, the Flash travels back in time and prevent Bat Keaton and Kara's deaths, but they died anyway in different ways as the battle continues. The Flash keeps trying to change the outcome of the battle until Barry realizes that it is a fixed point, something that was always meant to happen to make Barry 2 a true hero, right? So this is more of that, hey, he's gonna have to learn to live with some of these things that are happening to him, right? These things that might not be good, right? But they are going to be instrumental in his life in terms of creating a hero, right? So this sounds like what a lot of this movie is going to be, yo. Like, this makes sense. So I think we just need to kind of accept that a large chunk of this is going to be true. Barry 2 refuses to accept this and goes into the Speed Force to try again. When Barry 1 follows, he is attacked by Black Flash, who turns out to be an older version of Barry 2. Oh my God, the plot twist, right? This is probably the Barry 2 who never learned what it meant to be a hero, right? Probably the way that this is going. So, all right, let's move on. Then you got the black. Oh wait, no, hold on. We got some more chats. Paolo Cesar saying the silliest thing in Avengers movies is when the heroes running and flying at insane speed. That's just dumb. Yo, you know, Avengers movies, yo, look, I like them for what they were. They're just like popcorn flicks, stuff you can go turn your brain off and watch. I think that as time has gone on, it's been proven that they're not as memorable. They don't stick in your mind as long, and I would argue that they've aged quite poorly, especially the first one. And so, you know, I think that with Zach just taking so much more of like a serious look at these characters, I think it's bound to be differences in how they're portrayed. Paolo's Cesar saying Faora is an underrated villain. Absolutely, yo. Absolutely. Like she was mad dope in Man of Steel. She was mad dope. She was one of the best things about that movie, which is saying a lot. Which is saying a whole lot because there was a lot that I loved about Man of Steel, and with her being one of like I just think it was great GOAT level casting all around. Yo, you got Russell Crowe, even Superman's mom was perfectly cast, right? Then you got his human parents with Kevin Costner. And why am I about to blank on is it Sally Fields? I'm blanking, yo. But it's just GOAT level casting all around. Lawrence Fishburne, right? In Man of Steel. Christopher Maloney from SVU. That was the first movie I think I ever saw him in. Right? That was an incredible movie. And so for Faora to be like such a standout character, I think that says something. And people definitely want more. Captain Ramsey saying, "Sup, Jedi? Sup, Captain Ramsey?" You know what I'm saying? You get a salute and a bicep tap. Real talk. I'm loving the Captain America shield. Chad SnyderVerse saying, Avengers 1 was decent. Age of Ultron was just trash in my opinion. Yo, Age of Ultron, when I watched it in the movie theater, I actually enjoyed it. And then the longer that I spent thinking about that movie, the less that I liked it. Right? So I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, that was dope. And then I just kept thinking, and actually, Age of Ultron was when I started to not like the MCU. That's really the movie that was the genesis of when I first started having problems with the MCU movies. That was the one because I left and I was like, oh my God, that movie was so dope. It was better than the first one. And then I just left and I was like, why do I have all these questions? And like, it was just all these parts that just didn't land with me. And I was like, yo, I'm thinking that, maybe I'm going to kind of ease back on some of these movies. Bad Dancing, Diane Lane. Did I say Sally Field? Oh man, I'm tripping, y'all. I'm tripping. But that's why I got y'all here to keep me, in line. Leon of the New Geek saying most of Phase 1 MCU is dope. Most of MCU from Avengers 1-4 is unskippable. I actually liked Phase 1. I thought Captain America, the first Avenger, was okay, but I really enjoyed Thor. I really enjoyed Iron Man. I thought Iron Man 2 was a little bit of a step back, but it was, Having why am I blanking on names right now? He plays the Russian guy. Mickey Rourke, having Mickey Rourke as Whiplash, even though the suit and everything, I don't know. But I thought it was cool. And so I really did dig phase one. Phase two has my favorite MCU movie in it, probably still, which is The Winter Soldier. Um, and I like Iron Man 3, Thor: The Dark World. No, no, no. So I did like the first Guardians. I liked the first Guardians of the Galaxy. Didn't like the second one. But yeah, a lot of it is skippable. But there are a few good movies in there, and I did enjoy Black Panther as well too. Um, Catherine Emerson, Diane Lane is Martha Kent. Yeah, sorry y'all, I said Sally Fields. I'm tripping. Kubi Malik saying Feora is my type of villainess, right? Chad SnyderVerse saying what mainly kills Age of Ultron for me is Ultron himself and the Black Widow and Hulk relationship. Yo, I just didn't get how they were like, yeah, Ultron. And look, and I'm sorry to try to turn this into like an MCU thing, but I got to get this off. Like, I didn't like how they was all like, yeah, well, you know, Ultron talked like Tony because it came from Tony. I'm like, yeah, but it kind of came from him and the Hulk. Him and Bruce Banner. He wasn't talking like Bruce Banner, right? And then I'm like, why is Ultron funny? Why is he cracking jokes all the time? Right? I mean, there was just, I don't know. Like, why is your villain cracking jokes all the time? I'm just Film Goblin saying I did the same with Force Awakens, Age of Ultron, and Justice League. I pretended they were great when I saw them in theaters, but didn't realize they were garbage. I'm gonna push back a little bit with Force Awakens, Joe. I like that movie. I did. I thought it was a great way to kind of restart everything, even though there was a lot of closeness and parallels between that and Episode 4. But I didn't mind it. I felt like it set up a bunch of stuff that I was intrigued with. Right, Snoke and finding out what Rey was, and like Rey's past, and more about Finn and Captain Phasma, right? Like there was a lot of stuff that I thought that it set up well. I just feel like The Last Jedi kind of wrecked the whole ship, you know. Cat Ranson, I enjoyed the party fight scene in Age of Ultron. Also, can we just get Stark as a total villain? Let's be honest. Man, look. I'm not about to get back into that movie, yo. Leon saying Thor is the GOAT of Thor movies. Yeah, Thor 1 is my favorite one. Thor 1 is absolutely my favorite one. The second one, the I even forget the name. Thor: The Dark World, terrible movie. And Thor Ragnarok was dumb and went too far in the opposite direction for me. Like they doubled down and made it the tone so much different from the other two movies. It was jarring if you're watching all three of them back to back. I think they should have brought Kenneth Branagh back, man. And I think I would have been much happier with the whole Thor franchise as a whole. Bad Dan saying Phase 1 was Paramount, Marvel, not Disney. Iron Man 3 was the first Disney movie. That explains a lot of the quality decline and humor difference. Bad Dan in here dropping some, some elbows off the top rope. That Any Man One is when I started to not like the MCU. Oh wait, Ant-Man 1. Yeah, Ant-Man. Yeah, I don't know. Phil God was saying Civil War was the worst Cap movie out of the three. Yeah, I definitely didn't think it was better than The Winter Soldier at all. So yeah, yeah, I'm saying Winter Soldier's definitely the best of the MCU. Look, I don't want to turn this into an MCU thing. I want to get back to this Flash stuff. You know what I'm saying? I got to watch the Winter Soldier repeatedly. Yeah, Winter Soldier is amazing, right? Bad dancing. How did the speedster die from bullets? Right? I don't know, man. Yo, Age of Ultron. I was just about to say that it was kind of cartoonish. I was just about to say that. That's so funny, right? We got Vodka Riot saying, personally, Civil War killed my interest in the MCU. Black Panther was the only thing I liked about it. Yeah, when he was like, I don't care. Film Goblin saying, Thor 1 is still the best, right? Leon saying, good question, Batman. Captain Ramsey saying, I meant to say Stark is the villain of the MCU. He low-key was, right? Low-key, he created the most villains and all that, and created the most problems for everybody. Batman saying Ragnarok was awful. I agree. Mysterious Stranger saying the only Avenger I was invested in was Steve. I cared about his story the most, and I feel like he was the one that was handled the best. He kind of was, right? Look, to be honest, I was always kind of a little bummed out that they didn't go so far into the Iron Man with the drinking problems, right? Or the demon in a bottle storyline. We didn't really get much of that, right? It was more so just like Tony's ego that he was battling for most of his films. So, I think that there was a little bit left on the table there. Hugo saying, hi guys, what up, Hugo? Much love. Thanks for showing up. Much appreciation. Leon of the New Gate saying Thor, the Thunder God, got shot from tasers in Ragnarok. It's silly, man. It's silly, yo. Anything for a gag, anything for a laugh. You know what I'm saying? Always feel Civil War should never have been set as a Captain America solo movie. It's clearly Avengers 3. Yeah, I felt like, but look, they didn't have a choice. They were trying to copy Batman versus Superman. Facts. Look it up if you don't believe me. Film Goblin saying Taika Waititi is a weird guy. Hey, his humor is definitely weird. Captain Ramsey saying yes, back to the DCEU. Apparently from The Flash, the Nightmare timeline is referenced. Yo, man. Like, we'll already know that the SnyderVerse is back, right? Like, or that it's restored by the time that this movie comes out, right? But I still think that you're going to have a lot of people that, are not going to know because they're not in these spaces every day. They're not on Twitter like that, right? And they're not, really in the know. They're casuals, right? And we're all nerds and geeks, man. We all looking for the info, right? We want to know everything. We're part of a very, small group in comparison to the to the movie fandom at large, right? We're a niche audience. There's billions of people that consume movies around the planet, right? So we're not that big in comparison on like a global scale. I will give you guys that, right? But I think that when this happens, this is going to be one of the things that kind of like solidifies it for that casual audience, right? And when that happens, they're going to be like, oh my God, see, Batfleck is back, right? And a lot of them love the Snyder Cut, yo. Man, look, my mom has watched the Snyder Cut more times than most people in our fandom, I'd say. My mother, and she just, and she was watching the Batman and couldn't even get 20 minutes in without calling me with all these questions. And that's facts. She's like, why is Batman talking to the Penguin? Why is Batman working with the police? Already, like, you know, why is he like, why is he walking to the crimes? Why does he need all this help? That's real talk, yo. That's a true story. And she didn't watch the Snyder Cut hella times. Couldn't even get 20 minutes with into the Batman. She's like, yo, is he ever like this in the comics? Why is he talking to Alfred like that? Oh my God, these are facts. Film Goblin saying both him and James Gunn are overrated as hell. Yo, man, look, I'm not mad at anybody that has their fandoms, you know what I'm saying? But like, there is a pecking order. And James Gunn and Taika Waititi are no Zack Snyder. I'll just leave it at that. Kathy Ramsey saying, like Batfleck telling Barry to find us. Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that. Film Goblin saying, I'm hoping to hear something from DC fandom for them to announce the SnyderVerse is restored. Yo, man, I fandom. I think it might even be earlier than that, man. I really wouldn't be shocked, yo. I'm I like I I'm just telling you. I think they need something to start like, getting people excited. And there's nothing bigger. Once they really announce that Eric cut, we already know what's happening. Right? And why wait all the way till fandom to announce the Eric cut? You already got it. Hugo saying, "Oh no, I believe you, Skywalker. I always think Civil War was in the cards, but BVS meant Marvel chose to move it up the slate and replace the original third Captain America 3. Really breaks the great um subtitle theme. Oh, the whole subtitles theme. Yeah. Yo, it wasn't it supposed to be like Captain America Serpent Society or something, which was more in the lines of like what we got in Winter Soldier. In oh yeah, the subtitle theme that they had going. I feel it, Joe. Film Goblin and how legendary would it be to see Zach and the Justice League cast return? I'm gonna tell you how legendary that is gonna be because I'm gonna act the effing fool. Facts. Paolo saying the only villains in the MCU that are interesting, in my opinion, are Loki and Thanos. MCU fans go nuts over Avengers fighting each other. I've lost interest with that repeated idea. My problem with Civil War, it was a couple things, but one, if you watch the movie, they weren't even really mad at each other until like the end of the movie. Like they weren't even really fighting. Even in the airport scene, they were pulling punches, right? So I don't think that you know. Um, I don't think that you know. There was just a lot of problems with Civil War, yo. You know that they kind of had to make up for, like in Falcon and Winter Soldier, because I felt like the Zemo's plan and plot thread was trash. I felt like that was trash, yo. Like it all depended on like, yo, like how did he know that they was gonna do the Sokovia Accords and like was he involved with that? And then like he finds some footage from some old dirt road and some random, I mean, why is there a camera in like this old dirt road in this random place? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It was just a lot of stuff. Film Goblin saying, look how quickly Patty Jenkins has fallen after Wonder Woman 84. That's her own fault though. You wanna know why? Because she kept coming out. Oh wait, hold on 1 second. All right. Sorry. But um I think that that's her fault. It's her fault because what she did was she came out and she so actively like talked about how much that was her movie that she wanted to make, right? She came out there and she put that target on her own back. She she acted like this was about to be the greatest movie we'd ever seen. And she left like no gray area, right? She's like, yo, this movie that I wanted to make, and on the first one, they was handcuffing me, right? And all these things, and I had to give in to this and that, and other people are overstepping, trying to tell me, she said a lot of stuff leading up to 84. And so I think if she didn't do that so much, there would be like less of a eye on her. Or like, the reaction wouldn't have been so like pointed directly at her, because we only pointed it directly at her because of how much she overstated that this was her movie. So it's like, okay, if this is your movie, then I'm going to talk about your movie's problems with you. Facts. And, I kind of think that that's what happened. But hey, not everybody is perfect, right? You're not going to nail every outing. And just hopefully she learns from what, her mistakes were. And, maybe she'll go back to using Zach's, stunt team like we've all been kind of wanting her to do. I just think that, that this movie's gonna need a lot of work if it's gonna be, anything like the second one, because it can't be worse. It has to be better. And I just kind of feel like it has to be better. So we'll see. Leon saying, good point, Sky. Casual doesn't know much. Maybe that's why they'll do that Zach documentary that's been rumored. Oh man. If we get a documentary, yo, like an actual, investigative look into not only release the Snyder Cut, but restore the SnyderVerse. Oh my God, man. I'm gonna be insufferable. Even more so. That's facts, yo. That's facts right there. Hold up. The chat jumped on me. Let me get back to where we at. Okay, here you go. People were praising her like a goddess until Wonder Woman 84 came out. Yo, man, that's real talk, yo. They was like, oh my God, because she shepherded the release of like, Wonder Woman 2017, right? Which I feel like is a fantastic, wait, hold up. Let's Bat Dan just sent me a tweet from January 21, which the 5th, right? And saying, with Patty saying, I felt extremely supported in my vision on both films by Warner Brothers Pictures, Zack Snyder, all the producers, and everyone on board our eventual team. Just was a long road to get to make it. Let's chill the dramatic headlines like war. Yo, Patty, look, she was riding high after Wonder Woman, 2017. I felt like that was a great movie. Like I said, that No Man's Land scene is still one of my favorite moments in any DCEU movie to this point. But just like she got praise when Wonder Woman 2017 came out, right? Because I don't remember Zack Snyder getting a bunch of praise for that movie. Most of the praise was heaped upon Patty Jenkins. So just like I praised her for that movie, I had to, scold her for Wonder Woman 84 because I felt like that was not a good film on several levels. And so, um, just like you deal with the praise, you got to deal with the backlash too. If you put something out there that wasn't up to snuff, which is what happened. So, I'm not really losing any sleep. Leon of the New Geek saying, speaking of the Batman, that movie was overrated. Overrated. Oh man, I love going to basketball games, guys. But that's real talk, yo. That is real talk. They talking like this movie is that sauce. I was on a stream. Somebody kind of alluded to the fact that they felt like I couldn't connect with the Batman because of like it was really touching on people that feel like they might not have like any kind of hope like outside of just like this one thing, and they don't care if they live or die. And I'm like, dude, like I was in the military, I was in combat zones, yo. I've been in all kind of mental states, right? So I don't feel like, just because I didn't like this movie, like I don't understand people that feel like, they might not have much to live for, because I've totally been in those mind states. And I can say that openly now because I don't hide that kind of stuff. I feel like, we all have our own personal demons that we have to do our battle with, right? And I feel like it's important for me to be transparent about that kind of stuff because, a lot of people look to me to be honest. And, I'm just like you guys, right? I'm no better, no worse, right? I mean, I'm better than certain people. We all know who we're talking about. But, for the most part, like, I'm not inherently better than anybody else, right? So, just deal with the fact that the Batman was mid, y'all, and we can move on. TJ saying, so Sky, your mom had 21 questions about the Batman. That is real talk, yo. I'm not trying to make that up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a factual thing that happened. Because first, she texted me, and she was like, yo, I'm 20 minutes into watching the Batman. And then, like, 10 minutes later, she called me and was like, yo, and she was just asking me, like, is this how he was in the comic? Yo, she had already asked me, like, so many questions before she got to, is this how he was in the comics? But when she got to that question, oh, that's when I lost it, yo. I was just rolling. I was like, yo, she's like, yo, why is he like this? Why is he talking to Alfred? Like, oh, I mean, it was hilarious. Captain Ramsey saying, remember in BVS when Barry travels back in the time stream, we saw a glimpse of Justice League 2-3 play out, and also a parallel 2 that if you caught it, man, look, I think Zach was just scratching the surface with what we were getting, man, and what he was showing us. There's so many different ways that you can look at and like extrapolate these kind of scenes and stuff, man. It's like, it's crazy. Zach makes art, yo. That's why we call them the Snyder steaks and not Hamada burgers. We ain't doing those, look, we ain't doing those, quick burgers, yo. No, this is not McDonald's, bruh. I can't even eat McDonald's no more. That's like a real statement. So y'all know I ain't fucking with these Hamada burgers. I can't even eat McDonald's no more. If I go and have a burger from McDonald's, more than likely I'll end up throwing up. That is a fact. That is a fact. My stomach can't take these Hamada burgers, but I can go get me some In-N-Out though. I'll be just fine. I can go get me a great steak from Mastro's in Beverly Hills. You know what I'm saying? That's what the SnyderVerse is, yo. Mastro's. Real talk. TJ says a good DC miniseries Warner Brothers Discovery can do is Identity Crisis. Read it if you haven't. I haven't read it, but everybody else can see that they need to go read it, and I'm gonna have to check it out. And speaking of comics and stuff, yo, shout out to Mikey Sutton, yo, in this Dreamwalker series, man. I got the first episode, yo. the first issue, I have to say, I'm sorry. Um, and it's fire, yo. I can't wait for the second one. Dude is making moves, yo. While all the haters out here hating, just watch everybody else run the numbers up while y'all hating, and you'll be wondering why you still getting the results that you get. Paolo says, if y'all want to go watch a great vengeance movie, go watch The Northman. Saw it Saturday night, standing ovation at my theater. I will be seeing that. I was probably gonna try to go tonight, but I got a call with one of the SnyderVerse homies a little later. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go over some things that's in the works for y'all. We'll be here making moves, man. But nah, I'm actually going to go see that before. Like, I'm gonna try to go either tonight or probably tomorrow. But I have to go see The Northman, yo. Um, Actually, what made me want to go see that movie is that Hellblade game, because there's some stories in that game about The Northman, and I was like, yo, I just gotta go check this out. Film Goblin saying it's crazy how real DC fans claim we Snyder fans aren't real DC fans. We can be both. It's not that hard. Real talk, yo. They want not the real fans who understand the comics, right, and know all the lore. You know what I'm saying? Nah, they're so much better than us, yo, because we're not fans of DC, right? We weren't fans of these characters when we were young kids, well before Zach was even making movies, right? None of us were. We're all just Snyder fans, right? Who care more about winning an argument on the internet than we care about getting the actual movie. Oh my God, man. These people are insane, yo. Oh my goodness. Koopy Malik saying Zach's Wonder Woman, the warrior, Patty's Wonder Woman, the lover, and or the dreamer. Yo, real talk, man. My mom, once again, my mom, yo, she was a huge Linda Carter fan, right? When I was growing up, she used to tell me stories about how when she was a little girl, she would like be spinning around in her living room, right, trying to imitate um Linda Carter's Wonder Woman, right? And she talked about how much of an inspiration that show was for a lot of girls around that time, right? She loved the first Wonder Woman movie. And guess what, guys? Even though she loved Linda Carter's Wonder Woman, right? She watched it growing up from the time she was a little girl. She hated Wonder Woman 84. Hated that movie. Said she'll never watch it again. She didn't care that Linda Carter was in it. She didn't care at all. She's called it stupid, right? So just think about that. Even the people that Patty Jenkins was trying to make this movie for hated her interpretation. Yo, give us Wonder Woman 1854 or whatever that was, yo. Talk about a warrior. Leon saying, yeah, Cap 3 Serpent Society. Captain Ramsey saying, that's when Clark puts his hand on Bruce's chest. He pulls the same move in the Versus battle when he pushes Bruce away to hold him back. Man, look, there's so many parallels and so much symbolism and stuff in Zach's movies, man. It's really insane. You can really like teach classes and stuff on it. You really can. You know, Hugo says, I adore the first Thor movie. Kenneth Branagh is one of my top 5 directors. The others are Zach, obviously, Tim Burton, Kevin Smith, and M. Night Shyamalan. I wish Kenneth could direct a DCEU movie. That would be dope. That would be super dope. Leon saying Cap 3, Avengers 2.5, civil disagreement in a parking lot. He was saying, Kendrick, I wish that Kenneth could direct a DCEU movie or act for Zach like he will for Christopher Nolan. I just go wild if Kenneth did any of that. Yeah, that would be dope. Kenneth has done some acting for Christopher Nolan, and isn't he in Oppenheimer too? I think he is. Which I'm actually super looking forward to that movie, man. That movie got like God level casting. Real talk. Everybody's in. And another thing that Warner Brothers missed out on, right? Because this could have been a Warner Brothers movie, right? Couldn't it have been? Like, but no, instead it's over at Universal. And another thing that David Zaslav is going to have to come in here and deal with. Cooper Malik saying, TJ, oh my lord, identity crisis. That's a dope one. So many wrong choices made along the way because of the panic. See, they getting into it. Film Goblin saying no billion for the Batman. Not even no billion, like no 872 and 72 million. So y'all can't even match the last time that Batman was in the title of a movie. And if you adjust for inflation, it didn't even beat Man of Steel. Yo, like, let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck, guys. And AMC raised the prices. And I don't care. I don't even know if that's how much money this movie even really made, y'all. Like, they blocked the damn. They broke the box office the week the movie came out. I don't care. I don't care, man. I don't care. I wouldn't be surprised they over there fudging the numbers, yo. I don't care. And I'll say it. Hugo saying Baron Zemo deserved to be one of the most interesting villains in the MCU alongside Thanos and Loki. The dude literally helped the Avengers break themselves up after what they did to his home. Man, look, my thing, he said, I'd have personally had Red Skull manipulating Zemo to enact his revenge, but it wouldn't be revealed until the end. But that's just me. My thing is like, bro, your whole plan is to get them to break up, and then as soon as they start fighting, bro, your plan is to go outside and like go delete yourself. Like, but before you even see it come through to fruition. Because look, I'm not about to get into that movie, yo. Look, Bad Dan saying she later had a tweet saying she wasn't referring to Wonder Woman 1 and felt supported by WB and Zack Snyder. Man, look, I feel that, but I feel like at the same time, a lot of that be Hollywood talk because, they be having to put fires out, yo. She knew what she was saying. She left that out there for a while. She left that out there for quite some time. So the fact that she backpedaled, it's kind of whatever to me. Hugo saying, "Come on, Patty, you directed Monster for goodness sake. What happened? You're better than Wonder Woman 84." Hey, but that's what she wanted to make, you know. So I gave it to her. Leon saying, "Good point about Patty. Even what she said about the sword and shield was unnecessary." Yeah, like you over here talking about, she don't need. Man, look, today, today she needed sword and shield, Joe. Or you can't give us this version that we got from Zach that was so epic and then take that away from us so soon after. Like, let's just keep it a buck. And you out here something like, yo, what is she supposed to do? Disarm people with the power of love? Ain't that what Barry said? Film Guy was saying after the trash Wonder Woman 84, they should make it up to us and have Zach direct the third movie and make it a Trinity movie with Cavill and Affleck in the whole time with Wonder Woman. Call it Wonder Woman Trinity. Hey, yo, that would be so crazy. Nah, I think Patty's gonna direct it though, yo. I just think that she gonna get this over with and she gonna be out of there. I think that's why she left Rogue Squadron. I'm thinking, or maybe Disney just got rid of her after '84. It was like, we'll pass. Captain Ramsey says, also, Patty, listening to Jeff Johns didn't help one bit on Wonder Woman 84 and abandoning Zach's team. Yeah, I definitely don't think that it helped. Bad Dan saying, I sent you the tweet I was referring to. Oh, yeah, I got that. And I already got that off. Leon said they kept calling her the savior. It might have gone to her head. Take the bad with the good. Facts, yo. Facts, yo. Koopy Malik saying Wonder Woman is a warrior. She's not gravitate towards war, but will not shy away from it. Patty's Wonder Woman 84 is just not that, not even in the slightest. Nah. You know, and it was a bunch of problematic stuff about that movie too. You know, and I understand Hamad and everybody, you know, from that part of the world that started to call out a lot of the things that they felt were problematic because, you know, I hadn't really thought about the whole filter thing every time that they're in the Middle East, but it's absolutely true. Right. And, you know, a lot of the choices that were made in those scenes, I can see them being very problematic, you know, and then with the love scene and all of those kind of implications, you know, it was just kind of weird. Leon said, fellow brothers in arms, salute. Yo, real talk, Leon. You get the bicep tap, yo, real talk. You know what I'm saying? Chad said he back. Leon said, I'd rather eat some Jack in the Crack than a Hamada burger. My Cali homies know what's up. Oh, yeah, we know what's up. Yo, get them Jack in the Crack. I be messing with the munchie meals, bro. But even back before that, I was, you know, full taco shorty. Pull up, get get two of the two tacos, you know, or I might even mess with the monster tacos. And like that was OG. OG. What up, Sith? You get the bicep tap too, yo. Real talk. Love that all y'all in here showing up and showing out. You know, Hugo saying at Koopy Malik, my Wonder Woman is both. She's a warrior who loves and dreams, and she loves mac and cheese because Gal does. Yo, the way she was in the first movie was perfectly fine. Right? Koopy Malik, don't forget past Wonder Woman was also an R word. Yo, that's what I was just saying. Right? Right? That's what I'm saying. Bad dancing out. Imagine yourself being here. Come on. That's crazy, right? The question. What's up? The question. Always love when the question steps in here. Sup, Skywalker? The story about your mom shows that there is a huge disconnect between DC nerds and general audience. General audience don't care about how DC is supposed to be. They love Snyder's vision. That's real talk, man. I got another homie, super casual, man. He ain't even been in the DCEU, yo. This dude saw the Snyder cut and came and told me, yo, this is what DC should be. I've told that story on here before, but I think it's so profound because this dude's a serious casual, yo, that love the Marvel movies. And he came to me and said, this is what DC should be. They love it. It got a 94 audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Why does everybody love bringing up Rotten Tomatoes except when it comes to that? Crazy. Leon Anugi saying a couple things. Number one, fudging numbers was rumored to have happened with Captain Marvel. Supposedly, Disney bought the bulk of those tickets. Real talk. If you remember, you had all these people that had these sold out showings, but it was hella empty seats. Would you guys put it past them? Did you watch Captain Marvel? Hugo says, I'd say withhold the sword and shield until the final act of 84. Make it something we, the audience, are waiting for. A last resort against Cheetah when she realizes she might not be able to save her best friend from herself after all. That's what I'm talking about, Joe. There was other ways that, you know, she could have went that I think that would have, you know, panned out differently and would have had people quite possibly be not as upset, you know, but this is the world that we live in. Now, Leon says too, the thing DC tries imitating, the nostalgia bait, wasn't even highly successful at the time. It's only popular in hindsight. Linda Carter, Wonder Woman, Campy DC, etc. That's real talk, yo. Koopy Malik saying if Wonder Woman 84 is Wonder Woman being manipulated by Aphrodite, the goddess of love, then it might just make a little more sense. Probably. Yo, I just think that they needed to not do that whole Steve Trevor thing, and it, you can kind of do whatever at that point. TJ saying good night, Outcast replay. Yo, salute to you, TJ. Real talk, yo. You know what I'm saying? Hugo says you need that tragic element to help keep Diana's decision to step away from being a hero publicly or at all that she mentions in BVS still means something, maybe even more than originally. Yeah, but if you look at it, they didn't even really, kind of explain. Like, it's almost as if she was active after 80. I don't know. I don't know. Koopy Malik saying, take care, TJ. Hugo says, she loses Steve twice and then Barbara as well, and she feels she can't go home to Themyscira. Osa Fresh saying, Wonder Woman needs that mythology back. No more nostalgia acts. Shout out to Osa Fresh too. Much love. Koopy Malik saying, agree, and that's a fair theory. Yo, man, we all know that 84 was trash, man. But I think that with what is on the horizon, right, we still got a lot to be excited for, But let's get back to these Flash leaks. I know that we kind of dipped away from that for quite a while, though. But let's get back to it, right? Says Black Flash chases Barry One across the multiverse. But just as he's about to kill him, Barry 2 takes the hit and sacrifices himself, creating a paradox that erases Black Flash, right? So we back on this, Flashpoint paradox, right? How we creating paradoxes now. So once again, this is more proof that it's seeming like the whole Flashpoint thing is heavily influencing this movie, which then again means that more than likely Michael Keaton is playing Thomas Wayne. I've been saying that for a while, because I kind of thought that too. Like, it's just kind of made sense that's what they were gonna do ever since Jeffrey Dean Morgan kind of made that comment where he's like, that Michael Keaton took his job. It was a very weird choice of words, right? So, but continuing on, the multiverse is damaged by their battle. So Flash races across realities, mending all the dimensional rifts before returning to his own universe. Barry has realized that his mother's death, Hugo's saying that Koopy always got his back. Barry has realized that his mother's death was meant to happen and that he cannot save her, but still goes to the grocery shop and shares a moment with her before she leaves without the can of tomatoes, right? So this is Barry 1 kind of like learning that, he can't really change everything, right? I think a lot of this stuff is going to end up in this movie. It sounds pretty cut and dry. Like, this sounds like, a kind of like a almost standard kind of superhero tropes going on here. Barry decides he can't change the past, but he can change the present and rearranges the shelf so the can of tomatoes is in a position where the security camera perfectly captures his father's face, right? At this point, though, it's almost like he's still creating another timeline. This is why I'm not really caring about whatever goes on in this movie, yo, because it's not gonna affect the SnyderVerse. It can acknowledge the SnyderVerse and it can confirm the SnyderVerse's existence, right? It can do those things, but in terms of like affecting anything that goes on in the SnyderVerse, I'm sorry, but it just can't. These things are, kind of showing you, right? Um, Barry Allen, his dad in the SnyderVerse is still going to be in jail, no matter what happens in this movie, right? So, um, back in present day, the footage is accepted as proof of his father's innocence, and he is released. As they celebrate, Bruce Wayne drops by, and Barry is surprised when it's Bat Keaton instead of Batfleck, right? This is multiverse shenanigans. Like, oh, what have I done? I've still messed stuff up, right? A bus drives by with a picture of Wonder Woman, and Barry realizes their universes have merged into one. So while he's probably hopping through all these multiversal rifts, right? Somehow the universes have merged. I'm not quite sure how this is going to be portrayed, but at the same time, I feel like, at least we're getting a little bit more clarity about what's going on, right? Um, Supergirl flies down from the sky. They still remember the original timeline. Bat Keaton says they need to put together a team to protect this new universe and asks Barry if he's in, echoing a speech Barry gave when he convinced them to fight Zod. Barry smiles, cut to black. Right? So we're gonna get into post credit scenes in one second. Oh, hold up. Let's just get over it. Let's just get over now. And then so we got mid credits. Barry and Aquaman are hanging out at a bar with a drunken Aquaman freaking out over all the differences between the old and new DCEU. Chief among them that Supergirl used to be Superman. So there you have it. You have confirmation that Henry Cavill probably somewhere, he's probably somewhere out there in this universe, right? Or that they're at least talking about him, right? So, they're mentioning Superman for a reason. And then we got the post credits. Barry is at his apartment when suddenly the lights go out, the TV and computer screen flicker on, and Batfleck's voice is heard saying, "Find us, Barry. You have to find us," which is a parallel to, obviously, Barry going, "Bruce, you have to find us." But that is also confirming that Batfleck is still alive. The SnyderVerse lives on. Why not kill Batman? Why tease at more? Why do that if you're not going to have any more projects coming out? Makes no sense. Why release the air cut? Makes no sense, people. King Anakin saying the Flash Barry. He was saying, I really don't want Michael Keaton to be Thomas, man. Once again, WB just dangling the carrot that is a live action Batman Beyond over our heads, only to never follow through on it. On making it as usual. Man, Batman Beyond is so easy. They got a layup right now. Excuse me. If anything, I thought that that's why they were doing this, because we were going to get like a live action Batman Beyond. I'm like, yeah, they're gonna like, I don't get it. Is it gonna be Thomas Wayne and Terry McGinnis? Oh wait, no, because he said that it's a see. Hold on, let me read that again. They specify in the leak that Bruce Wayne drops by, and Barry is surprised when it's Bat Keaton instead of Batfleck. Is he also surprised because it was Thomas Wayne that he met, and that this new? I don't know, man. But Batman Beyond is right there, yo. It's right there. It's a layup. But I was concerned when they didn't even bring back Tim Burton, because I'm like, shouldn't he be the one to kind of do the Batman Beyond thing, since it was his character in the first place? Wait, hold on 1 second. Let me turn this light on. But yeah, like, um, that's what's so strange. It's like, you know, shouldn't it be Tim Burton that should be doing the Batman Beyond thing? I don't know. I just feel like, that would be the easiest thing, or at least bring him in. They said, hey, Tim Burton wasn't even consulted about this movie. That was another little red flag. Kobe Mallett saying making Keaton as Thomas Wayne just discredit the Burtonverse altogether, in my opinion. If you want to have Bat Keaton, then have him as Bruce Wayne. I agree. Hugo says, what worries me is that Evil Barry is going to be representing the DCEU SnyderVerse and main Barry is Multiverse. I feel like that for almost a year now. Man, look, they can do whatever, yo. Let them do whatever. Bad Dan saying, so this leak says it's not Thomas Wayne. No, it says it's not Thomas Wayne at the end of the movie. That the ending Bruce Wayne in the Flashpoint timeline is Michael Keaton. But we don't know about Bat Keaton, the Bat Keaton character that they were talking about. That's what we don't know. So, it's really dicey. Hugo saying, Koopy Malik, exactly. Fans have waited for years for Michael to be this Batman again after all these years, coming close to accepting it would never happen. Sad Harley Quinn gift. That's facts. Hugo Adam Stevens says, I want these leaks to be fake. I really do. I feel you, but I don't think they are, yo. They're too close to what came out last time. And I'm telling you, I watched Scoopcenter last night, and Mikey and Sales said they might have just confirmed that a lot of this stuff is true. And I'm gonna believe them. I'm not gonna be listening to all these things that these guys have been saying, and they've been right, and I'm gonna just start questioning stuff now. So I think this is pretty much what we're gonna get. Kobe Mallett said, Hugo, isn't it ironic that CW gave more props to Burtonverse more than WB ever did? Sad, sad thing. That is so crazy. Captain Ramsey saying Barry was too soon. Facts. Question saying, I need them to bring back Zach and his team ASAP to figure out how they can properly connect and complete his Justice League and Superman story. Yeah, I think that a lot of those conversations have already been happening, yo. And I think that's also why Zach was kind of teasing that Final Crisis. I think this multiverse thing is gonna set everything up to where it's just that to where even if Zach can probably change his Justice League 3 movie to maybe incorporate some of this stuff and turn it into a multiversal war, yo. I don't see a reason why that can't happen. And then after he's done, just reboot everything. Maybe we can get that real Flashpoint movie with Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Hugo says, yeah, I love the Gotham Gazette says that Bruce and Selena marry. Kind of like to think Bat Keaton and Catwoman got to have a family, a little bat and cat children, and Ace the Bat Hound. Come on, yo. Captain Ramsey saying, remember back in 2019, director's cut panel, Zach said Barry was running on a cosmic treadmill computated by Vic, but he jumped to the wrong time zone, henceforth too soon. Yeah, because we were supposed to get that follow-up scene where they had to talk about, you know, which one would he pick, because pick the other one because the other one was too soon. Yeah. So real talk. I'm gonna be ending the stream in about 15-20 minutes. So if y'all want to start putting some of y'all last questions and comments in the chat, that'd be dope. Question saying, because I'm afraid the general audience will be hella confused after the Flash. Hopefully they bring Zach back sooner to figure out how to connect everything. Just I don't know how to connect everything to his Justice League sequels. Yeah, I think that it's gonna take time, yo. It took time for them to do all this stuff, right? So I don't think that it's gonna be a situation where they just kind of fix it, you know, in like a couple months or like 1 year. I think it's gonna take some time, yo, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's a thing that they have to fix with like Justice League 3, right? But you know, as long as we're getting our other crossovers, you know, like we're supposed to maybe be getting Henry Cavill and Black Adam, you know, as long as that kind of stuff is happening, you know, then I'm not really tripping over, you know, the small little stuff, right? I just want movement. All right. Personally, once they announce Zach is back, I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. That's the last thing that I'm gonna care about. Because once that happens, everything else is just a matter of time. Because we're gonna make sure that whatever he puts out succeeds. And Zach won't theatrical, baby. Oh yeah, man. Once we get that Snyder cut in theaters, hopefully. So dope. Koopy Malik saying that would be interesting though. Burton style of gothic environment with futuristic setup would be cool to see. That's what I was saying. Like, I think it was a layup, yo. I think it was a straight up layup to have Tim Burton do Batman Beyond. At least talk to him about it. Like, that's what I don't get. Like he created that character in that world, Joe. You know, so I mean, he didn't create Batman, but you know what I mean. Like he created that version of Batman in that world. So why not bring him in if you're gonna bring back Michael Keaton? Like I just don't get it. Hugo saying Burton for Batman Beyond with Timothy Chalamet. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he was fantastic in Dune. I really like that movie. And Michael Keaton plus Johnny Depp as a new original villain inspired by both Joker and Riddler. I wouldn't mind, yo, man. Johnny Depp's a great actor, you know. He's in because he was always fan cast as both characters over the years. Yeah. I like Johnny Depp and I hope he gets more work, yo. Hugo says, but you know, with the current situation he has going through with Amber over the last number of years in his childhood of abuse, he mentioned in court it wouldn't be appropriate for him. Yeah, man, free Johnny Depp, man. Facts. Kobe Malice, and after Zach's done with this story, DC could go the rebirth route full speed, and I wouldn't care. I don't think any of us Restore the SnyderVerse fans would care, yo. I don't think we'd care at all, you know. So like, just give us what we want, yo, and then you guys can do whatever you want to after that. Hugo says, I imagine, so why not merge the characters into a brand new OC that has elements of both, as it is the setting of the future. But I doubt Johnny signed since Disney killed his desire for Pirate 6. Even if we don't get Johnny, I feel like a live action Batman Beyond is like such a layup, man. It's such a layup. Like I have so many people that I can just name off like the top of my head that have been asking for like a Batman Beyond fan that are fans of mine and would all go patronize these films. It's like, we'll give you guys money, yo. Just give us what we want. Why do we have to continually ask for these things like over and over again? We have to ask for like the SnyderVerse to come back. We have to ask for Batman Beyond. We have to ask for a connected universe. You know, we just have to like just all these things. Just give us what we want, yo. Real simple. Hugo says, Koopy Mallet, it really would adapt all the concept designs from 89 Returns, Forever, and Robin and build on top of them all. Y'all can leave out the last two. I'm just interested in what Burton did. Like, just get Burton in there, man. Just talk to the man. I ain't even saying you got to do what the dude say verbatim. Like, I ain't even about to say that. I'm not even gonna say that you have to like have him direct. But for him to not be involved, it's ridiculous. Just talk to the man. Yo, that's a common courtesy, yo. Integrity says, I think people have it backwards. Snyder shouldn't be trying to connect to other films. The other directors have a choice whether or not to connect to his five film core. Shout out to Integrity, yo. You get the bicep tap. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Yo, yeah, that's what's gonna happen, yo. Snyder's gonna do what Snyder's gonna do. And these other directors can either try to hop on board or not. Hop on board or not. But pick a side and stay on it. If you want to be like Matt Reeves and grab a little pocket universe, that's fine. But just don't lie to us, the fans. And you know, and don't try to pull a fast one trying to get us to come see your movie. Pick a side and stay on it. Oh, lost the chat for a second. Here we go. The question says, yeah, once they announce Zach is back, I will be a DC shield through and through. Hell, I'll buy every copy of DC Super Pets merch I see. Yo, man, I'm going to be shilling. I'm going to be shilling too. Because I don't care at that point. Yo, look, if they say tomorrow, yo, hey, look, Zach's back, Man of Steel 2. You know what I'm saying? Everybody from Warner Brothers, they ain't involved no more. You know, they can't stop nothing. Y'all can go over here and do y'all stuff. I'm cool. I'm a shield now. I'm gonna buy Warner Brothers I'm gonna buy Warner Brothers Discovery T-shirt. I'll buy a hoodie. Not even just saying a DC. I'm talking about actual studio merch. I'm buying hats. I'll be a patron. Koopy Malley saying Integrity, but Zach could have made it more in depth and interesting if it would connect it all. If you wish to, that is. So look, Integrity saying, I think that's how Zach has always chosen to go about it. Anyone who wanted to connect their films to his, he was cool with that. If they didn't, that was okay too. He wanted the multiverse. Yo, man, Zach really was on that from the jump. He was like, yo, you guys can spin off and do whatever you want to do, right? Like, but just, I got my arc, and that's what I'm trying to do, right? And James Wan and Rick Famuyiwa was going to spin off, and all these other, and all these people signed on to work with Zach and spin their movies off. Ben Affleck, right? So it was always cool. Zach was cool with this. But he is the captain of the lead ship, yo. That's real talk. Bad Dan says, just to give Zach a proper conclusion, to be honest, I kind of want them to reboot after. I wouldn't mind either. That's what I'm saying, yo. Like, I don't think any of us, correct me if I'm wrong, would any of you guys be upset if they reboot after everything was finished? Would anybody have had any problem? Let's say, look, we got our Batfleck movie, right? And we got our Justice League 2 and 3 and all these things that we were supposed to get, right? And we got our arc and it was completed. Would you guys have been mad at this Matt Reeves, the Batman movie? would there have been so much of this ill will still there if we had gotten what we wanted and then they chose to reboot after? I don't think so. I don't think that these comparisons would be here. I don't think that the fandom would be so divided, right? But that's the route that Warner Brothers chose to go. They made their bed and now they got to land it. That's facts. Shout out to Bat Dan, man. Real talk. South Cali. Oh, man, South Cali get a bicep tap, yo. What's going on? Hugo saying, nah, Burton Schumacher verse is so choose your own adventure now with this story. You've got two timelines after Batman Returns to choose from. Fans of that series of Batman movies can pick and choose. Yeah, but it all leads to Batman Beyond and hopefully Bruce and Selena getting married. That's how I would love it to be officially choose your own adventure. Man, whatever they do, I just want Batman Beyond, yo. I just want Batman Beyond. Yep. Integrity saying Hugo, yep, the fans don't seem to realize though. Hugo saying, sadly, yeah, Zach had of the best interest of a lot of them and us at heart. Facts. South Cali saying hoping for the best for DC, rolling the dice and hoping Zaslav does what needs to get done. Just want DC to be able to make whatever they want without having to deal with all the Warner Brothers interference. Yeah, I think a lot of them is on their way out, yo. They on their way out in a quick, fast, and in a hurry, yo. Real talk. Integrity saying Cookie Mallet, that's cool. I just think it's the other directors that have the choice to add to Snyder core films or do their own thing. They can do what they want, yo. I don't care what none of these other directors do. Just give me my Snyder steaks, yo. That's real talk. Hugo says, especially because it was what he wanted to do. In a way, he was going to set up a story to tell and then leave behind a legacy sandbox for any filmmaker to choose whatever they want to do. Real talk. They was going to reboot it in Flashpoint, the whole thing, yo. That's why Jeffrey Dean Morgan was there in the first place, people. Bad Dancing, I would prefer a few spinoffs in addition to the arc before the reboot. I think that we're going to get it, yo. I think we're going to get a couple Man of Steel movies. I think we'll get a Batman movie. You know, who knows, yo? Who knows, like, what even, like, HBO Max spinoffs are going to lead to, you know, from this movie. Right? Because Snyder's going theatrical. If you guys think that Justice League 2 is going to be on HBO Max, you're bugging. You're bugging. Oh, my God. You're bugging, yo. Hugo saying, make a movie in the shared universe he set up or doing Elseworlds title. Whatever you wanted, I think he wanted you to choose for yourself rather than do what WB said to follow. Just give me what I want and I don't care. If, you know, everybody else can get what they want, yo. They can get 1,000 Matt Reeves Batman movies. They can get a Batman walking through 1,000,000 doors, getting rejected from 100 clubs, getting helped in his cases dozens of times, right? You know, they can have all that, yo. I just want my SnyderVerse complete. Integrity said, have some friends watch the Batman. They disliked it. They ain't the only ones, bro. They're not the only ones. Koopy Malice saying, absolutely, bro, talking to Integrity. But if I were one of the directors, it would be wise for me, story related, to connect my movie with his. Yeah, that's seeming like the smart thing to do right now. Zack Snyder's the hottest damn director on planet Earth. Real talk. People try to downplay that fact, but he is. And he got the biggest and best fan base. Facts out of any director. Real talk. This side of George Lucas, homie. Put some respect on our name. And Sid saying he wouldn't be mad with a reboot after Zach finishes arc. The question saying the year is 2026 or 2027. I don't know. Whenever it's after Justice League 2, we're all sitting in a theater. The theater goes dark. The music comes on. The title appears on screen. Zack Snyder's Final Crisis. I'm about to fucking lose it, Joe. I lose it. Integrity saying Zack Snyder Justice League 2 is inevitable. It will be in theaters. Yo, real talk, man. Yo, ain't no way that thing gonna be on HBO Max. Yo, y'all bugging. Integrity saying Batman walking through a million doors. Y'all know I'm right, man. Y'all know that movie was mid. Look, y'all can sit there and talk all that cap y'all want to for y'all defenders of that Batman. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know that movie was mid, Joe. Y'all know it wasn't better than none of the Christian Bale movies. Like, what are we talking about? People want to sit there and talk all this. Oh, which one of the Christian Bale movies is better than? Name it. That's right. You can't. Real talk. But look, I'm about to take this time, man. I'm about to end this stream. We went through these flash leaks, so I think it's pretty much like well known at this point that this movie's not going to kill the SnyderVerse like it was set out to do. The SnyderVerse lives, man. It is alive and well. You know, some of these actors is going through things right now. You know, they may be recast, they may not. You know what I'm saying? But even if they are, it's fine. Like I would much rather, you know, not have everything that we've worked for this entire time be kind of thrown to the side because there is one of the actors that can't, you know, get their, you know, things under control, no matter which side of the fence that you kind of fall on, right? So yeah, I think that, you know, we should all just use these opportunities, right? You know, to kind of just keep our eyes on that prize that, you know, we won and we're getting what we want. I know that there's a lot of ways that, you know, people are kind of feeling down with certain things that are in the news right now, you know, but let's just keep up that hope and optimism. I hate to quote Jeff Johns, you know what I'm saying, but hope and optimism are two things that I think are in short supply now. You know, hold up. We got Integrity saying, I don't think the Batman was better than any Nolan, Snyder, or Burton Batman film. That's facts. That's real talk. Koopy Malik saying Batman's detective work result is more spot on in 89 rather than any Batman. Nah, but that's what they was kind of trying to sell us on this movie with, right? Sith Holocron saying, have a good one, everybody. Shout out to you, Sith. You know what I'm saying? Much love and respect. Thanks for sliding through. Integrity 101 says, Rachel Dawes was played by two different actresses in the Nolan trilogy. No one cared. Dude, I didn't even notice till like my second or third time watching the movie. That was real talk. I don't know what I was thinking, but that's an actual true story. I didn't even notice till I had watched it a couple times. But nah, man. Oh wait, hold on. We got Bad Dan saying things will play out with these actors one way or another. Truth is, we don't know. Personally, I think they should write out Mira and use Wally West as opposed to recast if it comes to that. Yeah, man, you know, we don't even know. Like, at the end of the day, we don't know what's going to happen. I just kind of feel like at this way, I'm cool with whatever that they decide to do. Be that if he gets help and then they keep him, I'm cool with that. You know, if they decide to go another route, I'm cool with that as well. So these things will play out. I just think that, you know, we have to kind of be patient and let things fall where they're gonna fall. Bad Dan said they did a good job of making the two Rachel Dawes look alike. I'm so serious. I didn't notice. I did not notice till like my second or third time watching it. And I was like, yo, ain't that a different actress? But you know, nah, look, the snap, I didn't even get to Batfleck being in the sequel, yo. And like what that means. Yo, look, well, that's gonna be a whole another stream then. I guess I'm gonna have to, do another one. Hugo saying hashtag Ezra get help. Shout out to Hugo. I can definitely support that message. Integrity saying rest easy. Great things are coming for DC on film. Hugo saying Katie and Maggie were both awesome as Rachel. Koopy saying if they do want to recast Flash and or Mira, who would you pick? I would be happy with Amelia Clark as Mira. I feel like that's kind of easy. That's kind of like the easiest person that you can slide in there. But the Flash, I don't even know if I have anybody that I would prefer. I would just trust in Zach's choice for that. I would really just trust in Zach's choice for that. Hugo saying justice for Johnny. Yeah, man, free Johnny Depp, yo. For y'all that know what that means, free Johnny Depp. Hashtag free Johnny Depp. But nah, look, I just want to take this time, to let y'all know I appreciate y'all for coming through. Just don't let this stuff get you down, yo. Things are changing. There are moves being made, right? Hugo saying Keira Knightley as Mira. Bad Dan saying Greg Gunn for Flash. See, that's why I gotta get out of here because now Bad Dan's trolling. Like, if y'all don't know, Bad Dan this is one of the most trollest moments I've ever seen Bad Dan do on any stream ever. Bad Dan hates Grant Gustin. The ones that have been attacking him. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, they're a wild bunch. Bad Dan has definitely incurred some of their wrath, so to speak. But yeah, I just want to let y'all know, man, I appreciate you guys for every view and every comment. Kobe Malik saying I would disagree with you there, Bad Dan. He was Bad Dan. Ezra get help. Iris and Friends on HBO Max. Journalistic misadventure starring Casey Clinton. Yo, look, man. Salute to y'all, yo. Like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Smash that notification bell so y'all know whenever I drop and when I'm about to come on here. You know what I'm saying? Much love to the chat. Hugo, Bad Dan, Koopy, Malik. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that came through. Integrity. Did I already say Hugo? Sid Holocron. It's like all y'all. The Question. I'm going, man. Who else came through? It was a bunch of y'all, yo. Y'all know, I really, really mess with y'all, and this is real guerrilla marketing, man. Guerrilla stuff going on here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Chad. Good night, Skywalker. Shout out to Chad SnyderVerse. For sure, y'all. SnyderVerse is not dead. It lives. It's alive and well. Don't let them fucking get your head down. Hugo saying good night, Skywalker. No, shout out to you, Hugo. Real talk. Much love and appreciation for you coming through. Yeah, don't let them get your head down. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep your head up out there. All right. We're gonna get up next time, yo. It's been kind of slow on the news, so I've been kind of hanging back. But every time that we get something, I'm gonna try to come on here and discuss it with y'all, yo. That's just how we do. So look, I'm gonna get up with y'all next time. All right. Appreciate everybody that came through. I appreciate the replay crew. Much love to the chat. Catch y'all next time. Peace.